Hey YouTubers, I want to show you one of my latest finds. Uh, Actually, I did not find it. A friend of mine who loves to go yard sailing found it, and it was selling quite cheap and not generally what I would pick up. It's a Lionel 8361 A unit and 8362 B unit, Western Pacific. And my friend knew that uh, I was a Western Pacific fan, as we talk about it on our trips to Reno from Northern California along Highway 70 on the Feather River route. And you'll see the Feathers and Feather River route written on the Lionel boxcars for Western Pacific. And they were famous for saying that their boxcars ride like a feather. So whether they had a better suspension system in there or if it was just PR, who knows? But surprised that it worked very well as soon as I put it on the track. Despite that, I took the shell off and cleaned the motor and lubricated everything. And let's see, this was made, this 8361 and 8362 units, these 8161 and 8162 units were made in 1973 to 75. They were Lionel MPC, as I stated before, which was the company that purchased Lionel in 1970 through 86. And I believe they were part of General Mills. And I really like it. I figured maybe it would pull 3 or 4 or 5 cars, but when I was overhauling, cleaning it up, I noticed that it had dual traction tires running off the motor, of course, and they're on the geared side, and it will pull up to 10 cars with it's effortlessly, I should say. And I also noticed something that really surprised me. Let me turn on the track power. That I did not see in the 1960s Lionels. Let's move this up. See the light right up here and where the number board would be. It lights up. They also put a full windshield in this. Obviously no front coupler, but then you don't have that delicate apron down below that's very fragile and quite often breaks. So I guess that's okay. It's got a B unit. I don't have to run two A's together. This has a 2-position E unit. For those of you who don't know what an E unit is, it's the reversing mechanism. And it's got a lockout switch up here like Lionels have had since the 60s. Probably late 50s. And so they've used this same body over and over and over again. It's throughout the years. But I'm really happy with this. I've always admired the Lionel F units, Western Pacific, but my layout is really too small. They are very expensive, and my layout is only 11 feet by 4 feet, and I think they would just overwhelm it. So I'm happy. I paid my friend the $25 that he paid for this, refunded him. So I thought I'd run it by. I have some of my favorite plug door box cars, and I run them because they're 027, they're quite small, and because of the size of my layout, they make the layout look larger. And also I like to mix the colors up, and there's a wide variety of colors. I have quite a large collection of these plug door box cars. So let's back up a little. I'm in my chair. I notice with this camera, if I'm up too close and the trains are moving, they tend to blur. So believe it or not, this little guy is going to pull all these cars. There's, counting the B unit, which is actually rather heavy, and the caboose, there's 10 cars. Now you can see those lighted sideboards. Oh, she wants to go fast. So normally I don't run this many cars. I just wanted to see how many cars it would run comfortably. I had 12 cars on it, and I didn't get any wheel spin, but I got some hesitation, and I thought this is really tough on this, I'm going to say cheap or inexpensive little motor. And I was also surprised when I took it apart that the motor, the top of the motor and the bottom drive system have a gap, so you can actually see the motor mechanism and where you need to clean. And I did not have to take the motor apart. I just sprayed some electrical cleaner in there, and you should have seen the black stuff that came out of my hands. I always take it outside and put it over the trash can, over some newspaper, and the newspaper was just black. So definitely needed a cleaning. But I'm not a TCA guy. I don't know how to judge these cars. So my word would be excellent. I know they use numbers. I see some extremely minor scratches. And let's just back this up. Love the Western Pacific decal on the front. But there's no damage to the front end. And there is also Lionel quite often in their less expensive trains did not put a lens in the headlight. There's a lens in the headlight, and I think it's a pretty cool train. So maybe I'll have to change my mind about MPCs. I had said I wasn't going to collect any more trains because I have too many. But this is definitely one that this is a keeper. I really like it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and from my little town of Porterville, my little layout. And once again, this has been a Big Lizard production. I took the Santa hat off Big Lizard, and so he's got his railroad cap on, and he's the boss man now. He's running the railroad. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.